Coming up on Ignite News, Mohawk students get a lesson in career networking.
Most of these students here have spent at least 2 years of hard study in their academic field of study, and they've done very well. Now they need to break into the career world, and it's a little bit different, so they need to heighten those skills.
And the Roots on Roots Festival takes over Hamilton.
The goal of the event is to bring to Hamilton the best that the country can offer in music from the Black community.
All this and more on Ignite News today.
Good morning and welcome to your Ignite News for Tuesday, February 19th. I'm Brittany Medeiros.
And I'm Ayan Mahmoud. Here's what's making news. Mohawk College is looking for ideas to improve campus life, and they're paying for it too. The MSA encouraging students to submit their ideas online and vote for the best one. The winner of the best idea will be awarded $100,000 and will see their initiative be put into action during the summer. Further details will be announced later today.
We asked Mohawk College students how they would improve the college.
I'd improve the books, just the fact that at the beginning of the semester they say we need to buy all these books and we never use them for class or anything.
You can have better pub night themes.
I think Mohawk College should insert some more healthy food venues here for the students.
I would add more vegetarian options for food.
Definitely the parking prices. I think they're outrageous, and I think that they could be lowered for students that don't have really a good job to go do every night and get paid full price. So
I would decrease tuition and include textbooks in the cost of tuition. I think instead of doing all this construction work that is kind of senseless, there's no point to it really.
Toronto doctors cite cold weather as the reason a newborn baby seemingly came back to life after she was declared dead. The mother gave birth to the little girl on the sidewalk a few blocks from the hospital early Sunday morning. Paramedics declared the baby dead after failing to find a heartbeat. The baby's body was wrapped in a blanket and under police guard for about 90 minutes when an officer noticed the blanket move. The baby was then revived. Doctors are describing the phenomenon as a case of deep hypothermia, where the body slows its metabolism to keep its short organs from shutting down. The baby is recovering and in stable condition.
Emergency crews rescued a man whose car veered off the escarpment Monday afternoon. The man who was driving alone suffered moderate injuries. The accident happened at the waterfall known as the Devil's Punch Bowl. Respondents lifted the victim from the hill on a stretcher and transported him to the hospital. Police are still investigating the incident.
4 hospitals in the Hamilton area are in the bottom 5 in the province for ER wait times. The wait times of the Hamilton General Hospital had 1 in 10 urgent cases spending at least 19 hours in the emergency department. Some other hospitals on the list are Jarvizinski, Burlington's Joseph Brand Hospital. Hospitals in Hamilton began experimenting with a new program to help reduce ER wait times. It is expected to take months to years to assess the success of the programs.
The Roots on Roots Festival has begun in Hamilton as part of Black History Month. Ignite News reporter Charlie Chase has the story.
The Hamilton Youth Steel Orchestra plays a tune in front of a packed house at the Radius Cafe on James Street. The orchestra are just one of the several performers and speakers there to kick off the Roots on Root Festival. The festival, organized by Hamilton-based Music and Arts Foundation, MATAPA, brings artists and musicians together from around the world. MATAPA Executive Director Philemon Mobjai explains the goals of the festival.
The goal of the event is to bring to Hamilton the best that the country can offer in music from the Black community. And we're trying to connect and see that connection between the artists, the Black artists, the African artist who lives now here, and African artists who immigrated to Canada recently.
The night featured a performance by dub poet Delicious and a speech by photographer George Quaino, whose work was also displayed. Quaino says his photography is about more than just money.
I've been taking photos to help people all the time, so this is mostly like it's a personal project I want to do to help people in need, and especially in my own community.
All the proceeds from the sales of Quaino's photography will go to help building a schoolhouse in Ghana. The festival will run until the 27th, and all citizens are encouraged to go. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Charlie Chase.
Canadians are growing tired of their long and expensive phone bills. That's why Canada's regulatory system asks Canadians what they would like to see change. Adam Steinberg joins us in the newsroom. Adam, what kind of changes can you expect to see?
Thanks, Ian. Some of the changes that are being discussed are allowing customers to unlock their phones and banning carriers from increasing fees on already paid contracts. But it's the abolishment of the 3-year plan, which is really getting buzz. Cell phones have become an integrated part of almost everybody's life, and consequently, so has the phone bill. In fact, Canada has some of the most expensive cell phone plans nationwide. That's why the CRTC, a regulatory body of the Canadian government, asked for the public's input in drafting a wireless code. Peter Morin is a professor of mass communication at Mohawk College and explains why cell phone providers will soon be held accountable to a new code of conduct.
There's been so much public outcry about cell phone contracts and how they're confusing and it's hard to break your contract without, paying an arm and a leg to get out of it. They decided to turn to the public and see about coming up with a code of conduct for wireless providers.
Students at Mohawk have a few complaints about their contracts as well.
I hate the fact that it's 3 years long.
I think it's like $70 a month for like a gig of data and like the talk and text time that I need, which is stupid for what it is.
I don't like that I'm on a 3-year contract and I can't get a new phone when I need it or when I would like it if my old one breaks.
I actually don't even have a cell phone contract. I refuse them.
For the most part, I actually love my phone plan, but the one thing I dislike the most is easily the data.
It's a public consultation, so whatever the public tells them they would like changed, and the two biggies are clarity in terms of cell phone contracts and contract links. Those are the two big things that consumers really seem to be bent out of shape over.
If you have just signed a contract with a cell phone provider, don't worry, because the wireless code will apply to existing contracts as well. For Ignite News, I'm Adam Steinberg.
South African Olympic athlete Oscar Pistorius has spoken for the first time about the events surrounding the death of his girlfriend. In an affidavit read by his lawyer, Pistorius told a packed courtroom Tuesday that he did not intend to kill model Riva Steenkamp, believing her to be a burglar. Pistorius said he was filled with the fear when he realized Steenkamp was not in his bed after firing 4 shots into his bathroom door, 3 of which struck Steenkamp. Pistorius went on to say that he broke down the door and carried Steenkamp down a flight of stairs, where she then died in his arms. Pistorius has officially been charged with the premeditated murder.
New details are emerging from Canada's notorious Aboriginal residential schools, which claim that nearly 3,000 children died attending the schools. According to the unpublished research, the findings are the first systematic search of government, school, and other records. Majority of the children died from diseases, with tuberculosis being the main killer. The report states that residential schools were a breeding ground for diseases.
Mohawk College hosted a career networking boot camp in the school's residency. Reporter Megan Facciolo has the story.
Diplomas, degrees, and certificates. Today's graduates may need more than these pieces of paper to get a job. According to corporate etiquette expert Fatima de Valentine, career networking is the most essential skill to have. She and Mohawk College's Alumni Association teamed up to facilitate a boot camp for former and current students to sharpen up their career networking skills.
Most of these students here have spent at least 2 years of hard study in their academic field of study, and they've done very well. Now they need to break into the career world, and it's a little bit different. So they need to heighten those skills. They need to take what they've learned and maximize it so that they can go out and showcase those skills. The best way to do that is to know how to present yourself to the global market.
The best ways to present yourself is through personal hygiene, appearance, and of course, proper business etiquette, which includes holding a glass or plate of food in your left hand. When you meet someone, you immediately shake with your right hand. You do not want it to be occupied with the glass. It is time-consuming to have to switch hands and can create an awkward moment. Some were there in hopes to learn skills that will get them in line for a career.
I find it really difficult kind of interacting with people, so I feel that this workshop will really give me the skills I need to succeed at finding a job.
And others who already have careers were there just to brush up on their skills.
Obviously, it's great to hear other people's methods on networking, and I just like to compare them to my own to see if I'm doing it appropriately.
Another tip, everyone should write out and memorize a personal pitch so at any given moment they are confident and prepared for a job opportunity. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Megan Picholo.
According to a new poll, majority of Canadians would rather have the Senate reformed or abolished completely. The ISBO Reid survey found that 78% of respondents are not happy with how the Senate operates and would like to see reform or abolished. Of those surveyed, 42% would like to see an elected body in the Senate. Only 22% of Canadians say that they are content with the Senate.
Here's a look back at today's top stories. Mohawk College is looking for the ideas to improve campus life, and the MSA is encouraging students to submit their ideas online and vote for the best one. Emergency crews rescued a man whose car veered off the escarpment Monday afternoon. And new details are emerging from Canada's notorious Aboriginal residential schools, which claim that nearly 3,000 children and people attending the schools.
Looks like some clouds are in our forecast. Let's check in with Charlie for your weather update.
Thanks, Diane. Here in Hamilton, kiss the snow goodbye as the rain continues to come down with a temperature at 4 above zero. Toronto is looking pretty similar with rain at a temperature of 3 degrees. In Niagara Falls, there's also rain with a temperature at 3. London is looking the exact same as Niagara with rain at a temperature of 3 degrees. Windsor will avoid the rain but should see some cloud cover and a temperature of 3 degrees. Looking at the next 24 hours in Hamilton, this evening we will get some scattered flurries to replace the rain at -4 degrees. Overnight flurries will continue and the temperature will drop down to -7, and this temperature is going to hold till tomorrow morning with the flurries continuing. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast, Wednesday we'll see a bit of snow with cloud cover. The high will be at -6 and a low of -1. Thursday we will experience sunny periods, also with a high of -6 and a low of -11. Friday things will heat up a little bit with a high of -1 and a low of -8, but expect to see clouds and snow. On Saturday, we will see our highest temperature at 3 degrees above zero and a low of -1, but we will get some mixed precipitation. Temperatures will stay around zero Sunday with a high of 1 and a low of -3, but we do get to look forward to some sunny periods. And that's all with me from your weather. Let's head to Megan for your entertainment update.
Nominees are being announced later today. The Canadian Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences will announce the 2013 contenders at a conference in Toronto. The awards are being hosted by 11-time Juno winner Michael Bublé in Regina on April 21st. Toronto rock band Metric is expected to earn a few nominations after the wild success of their 2012 album Synthetica. CTV will be broadcasting the ceremony. Country music star Mindy McReady died Sunday in an apparent suicide. The 37-year-old was found dead at her residence in Arkansas with a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. It wasn't her first suicide attempt. The troubled singer had attempted suicide in 2005 and again in 2008. She was well known from the popular reality show Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. Autopsy results are still pending. Now let's take a look at what's happening around campus.
Hey, this is Charlie Chase with your community calendar. The Who Quadrophenia comes to Cops Coliseum on the 19th. Tickets are available at heckfi.ca. Tits Marazda is playing at Artward Art Bar this Thursday. Tickets are $10 in advance or $15 at the door. And the Battle of the Bands comes to the Arnie Thursday the 21st. That's all from me with Community Calendar. Let's head back to the studio.
Move over Gangnam Style, a new internet dance craze is taking over, the Harlem Shake. It starts with a lone dancer gyrating to an upbeat electric song by DJ Bauer. The song's beat drops. The dancer is suddenly surrounded by an outlandish dancing crowd. Over 25,000 videos have been posted to YouTube since early February. Everyone from seniors to sports teams and universities have uploaded their own interpretations. Will you join the trend, Mohawk? And that's a wrap for entertainment. Let's head over to Rachel for your sports update.
Thanks, Megan. Toronto Maple Leafs netminder Ben Scrivens picked up his second consecutive shutout as the Leafs beat Florida 3-0. Scrivens made 37 stops in the game as the Leafs ended their 6-game losing streak against the Panthers. Clark MacArthur, Nazem Kadri, and Phil Kessel all scored for the Maple Leafs, who are off to their best road start since the 1940-41 season. Staying on the ice, Montreal Canadiens backup goalie Peter Budaj also posted his 10th career shutout as the Habs blew past the Hurricanes 3-0. Budaj replaced starting netminder Carey Price, who was sick for the second game in a row with the flu. Habs forward Max Pacioretty scored his first of the season as the Canadiens won their 4th consecutive game. Shifting to the hardcourt, it was All-Star Weekend in the NBA. Raptors rookie Terrence Ross won the slam dunk contest, paying tribute to Vince Carter, the only other Raptor to take home the honor. Ross donned a Carter throwback jersey and caught the ball off the side of the backboard for the one-handed slam. The game saw the Western Conference win its 3rd straight, 143-138. That's all for sports. Let's pass it back to Brittany and Ian.
A border guard in Belarus has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for failing to report a border crossing of teddy bears. A Swedish plane flew over the Belarusian border and parachuted a few hundred stuffed bears into the country. The bears were carrying pro-democracy protest messages. Sweden has long been in favor of democracy reaching Belarus. The foreign minister and generals in charge of air defense and border patrols have been fired, and a journalism student who took pictures of the event has been arrested. And that's all for your news today. On February 19th, I'm Brittany Medeiros.
And I'm Ayan Mahmoud. For more news coverage, check out our website at ignitenews.ca. Thanks for watching, Mohawk.